Oh, I forgot to get chat pulled up on my phone. I'm so good at streaming, guys, aren't I? I'm just so good at streaming. I'm so good at streaming. I'm the best at streaming. No one's better at streaming than me. Not a singular person. All right, now I can see chat. Hello, Bingo. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. Okay, good. We do have the chat replay up on screen. It seems a little big though. Let me shrink that um a little. Am I allowed to? Am I allowed? Am I allowed? Am I allowed? Am I allowed? Please. Ah! I'm so good at streaming. I'm so good at streaming. There we go. Now it's tiny. Alright, anyway. So, what we are doing today is my lovely sister the Hermit has drawn for me a thumbnail sketch. Not like perfect, but like it's an idea. And so, um, that's what we're doing today. Is we're gonna finish this up. If my tablet would like to work, why aren't you on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. It's not turning on. Is it broken already? I just got this thing. It can't be broken already. Oh. 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 It's unplugged. I had it plugged into my computer, but I didn't have the wire plugged into the tablet. Oh man, that scared the life out of me. Okay, good. Okay, good. My mouse is working now. Everyone say L. You guys are so mean to me. I don't know why it has like this. I don't know if you guys can see it on stream. Can you see it on stream? Yeah, you can. It's got like this cross on it on the little part, you know, the part that I move around, it's got a cross on it and the cross lags. And you know what? That is the most annoying thing ever. I don't know how it got there and I don't know how to turn it off. And I am upset about that. So I guess we're just gonna have to freaking deal with it. Great start to stream, fellas. Great start to stream. Great start to stream. Great start to stream. I'm so good at streaming. Anyway, so this thumbnail is for the out of context video. I like how Hermit drew me as just like this big dumpy baby. She may be a little too tall though. I have to be smaller. There we go. And we'll just we'll ignore these other things for now, but we do plan on streaming, not streaming, but on drawing those two. Let's see. Brush. Too big. There we go, that's good. Perfection. She drew me cute. She always does. She's really good at making me look like just bug-eyed and weird. She always draws the cutest yet also most chaotic drawings of me ever. It makes me happy every single time. Trackpad, good to see you. You missed all the bad stuff, all the bad part of stream. No. Yes. You mean the start of the bad stuff? Don't say that. Don't say that. That's a bad sign. No. The rest of the stream is gonna be great. Manifest it, guys. Manifest it. Come on. I think I'm gonna make my actual ear like curve in like that. Kinda looks like a tear mark. I'll leave it like that. It's great. What are we doing today? The Hermit has sketched for me a thumbnail. So what we're doing today is we're gonna finish this, for tomorrow. Speaking of which, some of you in the chat should be able to make clips of the stream now, like for real. Because I didn't know that you guys had to be VIPs in order to do that, but now some of you are VIPs. So now you should be able to do that. Also, just like to warn y'all, there might be ads on the streams now. I still haven't like fully figured that out yet. Hello everyone, what did I miss? Well, at the start of stream, I thought my tablet had broken when I just hadn't plugged it in, so that was a wonderful start. No, this is incorrect. Who's a VIP? The VIPs are either the voice actors in my brain. The VIPs are either like the voice actors that work for me, or they are going to be patrons. I'm only allowed to have 20, so I thought the most special of special. I did also make all of the mods that are in the Discord mods over here too. Everyone's saying BBFFB in the chat. I can't believe I forgot the name of my own story. Stop! I understand! You guys are mean. You guys are such bullies. Do I even have, like, the little things on my sleeves? Do I even have that? Do I need to pull up a reference picture for myself because I don't remember how to draw myself? Am I that stupid? I do have them! I knew it! I'm gonna leave the reference picture over here. What are we drawing today? A thumbnail. Okay, I do have the little thing at the bottom of it too, but it's usually hidden in layers of fat. AJ Sona is just a little bean. What kind of bean? Like a lima bean, a black bean, pinto bean? A baked bean? You know, someday when I'm like a bigger creator and I have more attention, like enough to like partner with Makeship, um, I would like to be able to make plushies of myself. Because I think they're cute. I'm guessing I'm not able to buy my way into a position of authority on the server. No, not in the server, but you can't do that here, here on Twitch. With the server, since like actually I don't know why I do this, but like on the server I only pick people to be mods like if I really really trust them. The little toe things always remind me of a Tasmanian devil. Tasmanian devils are cool. Make a BBFFB Charlie plush as well. Maybe I will. I don't know. But that's like a far off into the future. I would rather make a plushie of the possum than a plushie of Charlotte because, you know, I don't want Has Been Hotel to be the only thing I do ever. Like, I want the main draw of my channel to be me, not just the stuff I'm talking about. You know, the stuff that I'm talking about, it'll like fall in and out of popularity. That's just the nature of the internet. So, I would rather the main draw be myself because, you know, I'm not going away, you know? AJ, don't turn me into a marketable plushie. I won't. You know, something I've actually been thinking of doing is actually taking a little bit of a break from videos to like focus like solely on my writing projects. So like instead of getting a weekly video about whatever, I would it would be more like a biannual or once a month video where I released an episode of An Arrangement Was Made. Uh at least for a while until that story is done. Or until I get the first episode of BBFFB done. Because, you know, I would like to be able to devote more of my energy and more of my time into that. And in order to do that, I would have to, like, I would have to cut something out of my life that I already spent a lot of time and energy on. And since I can't cut out school, that would be stupid. Since I can't cut out school, it would have to be YouTube stuff. Because I just don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do. So as much as I love doing all the videos and whatnot, um, I think it might be a good idea for me to take a break from weekly posting content in order to focus on the stuff that I actually want to make. And then I'll probably like come back to it after a while. I just can't keep up with everything. It's too much of a grind. I feel a little bit bad about doing it because the fact of the matter is that it actually doesn't take that long to make a video per week. It's just that it takes like mental energy, and I have a very limited capacity of that. Like I can make a full-on weekly video for in a singular day, but because I have limited mental energy, I can't actually make that happen. So I'm thinking what I'll do instead is I'll do like a weekly stream. And the weekly stream, the Saturday stream will be held on YouTube instead, so I can make sure that my channel doesn't die. Um but I'd also like be streaming here on Twitch and stuff. I don't know. I really don't want to quit doing weekly YouTube videos because YouTube is like a big source of income for me. It's like a really big source of income for me. And I could cut out commissions instead because commissions take a lot of time too. Um, but commissions make even more money than YouTube. So regardless of what I do, it's either I focus on my big projects or I keep working on them slowly while keeping up with YouTube and whatnot. It, it almost feels like quitting a job almost because it's all I have. It's my only source of income because I can't get a real job because I'm too disabled and stupid. Mostly just disabled. um, yeah. You could take a break once you get a job in the summer. Well, I do plan on actually I don't really want to do that for summer cuz like in summer I would have enough time without school being around, and since I would have like a real job during the summer, um I probably would dedicate actually a lot more time to YouTube into building up a reserve for myself so that I have that. I also don't want to stop doing I also don't want to take a break from doing YouTube because I do want to make the Helliverse. I want to make the Hell of a Boss redesigns because like I've got ideas and I'm very excited for them. And it would be easier content, but at the same time, my brain. All right, this one is done. So what now? Oh, I forgot at least the indication of the necklace. Stolas redesign would go hard, and the thing is I actually do have some ideas. Not like a ton, but I have some. I also need to finish redesigning Zestial, I just haven't done it. Hmm. I mean, I guess I can always do those designs here on Twitch, like, whenever I have time. I really want to get An Arrangement Was Made Part 3 out already. I want to do that. I think what I might do is I'll take a little break from YouTube. I'll finish I'll finish An Arrangement Was Made Part 3 like to completion. I'll post that and then I'll go back to the usual schedule until I've got all the voice acting like fully finished. And then I lost my train of thought. I looked at chat and lost my train of thought. Okay, so what I would do, I'm gonna start over. What I would do is I'll take a little break from YouTube. I'll finish An Arrangement Was Made Part 3. I'll post that, and then I will go back to regular YouTube. I'll make sure that all of the voice acting is done for Part 4, and then once all the voice acting is done, everything else is up to me, right? Because I do all the editing, I do most of the art. So once the responsibility is entirely on me, that's when I'll probably take breaks from YouTube to work on that. What if some people on the server make some side characters to save you the stress of making them? Well, I really appreciate that, but the thing is, like, all of the side characters that are going to be important that I'm thinking of right now, those are ones that like I have like already ideas for. Like I've already got like a pretty solid idea for what's his face? For Zestial. I have a pretty solid idea. I have 3 forms in mind that are very specific. I just need to draw them. And I actually do think I might start over because while I do like the idea that I already sketched, I'm not fully in love with it. Here, let me show it to you. It might as well. It's been on the Patreon for forever, so it doesn't really matter. Oh boy. Oh boy, lag. I could do more art for An Arrangement Was Made. I would appreciate that, Hermit. I would really appreciate that. Maybe you could get, like, started on chapter 11 for me while I, finish up editing chapter 10. Please? Okay, good, good. Alright. So this is actually what I have for Zestial so far. I'm not, like, in love with it. I'm not in love with it. I like the idea. I actually like most of this. It's just that I don't particularly like this shirt, because while it is accurate, to, like, really ancient Native American, like, fashion and clothing and whatnot, it is accurate, but I just don't know if I'm in love with it yet. It is, like, kind of a little plain. I plan to make Zestial a fairly important character, so I don't want him to be too plain, you know? It's just a lot of brown, you know? And I feel like this brown, like, doesn't go with the bright green as well as it could. I was expecting more of a Jack Skellington look. Yeah, well, I get that. I think that if I had started with Zestial and not with Alistair, oh, wrong folder, he would look very different. But I do, like, have a specific idea for Zestial in mind that requires him to have a lot of similarities to Alistair. And I'm sure some of you have probably already guessed what my idea is. But I'm still gonna keep it secret. Do you need more art for chapter 10, or are you done with that chapter? I am not done with that chapter. I do not know if I need more footage for it yet, though. I was thinking, something I've actually been wanting to draw, recently is I wanted to draw myself in a suit, and I see no reason why I can't put myself in a suit off to the corner, and then put all the chaos in the background. But also that might be too much, so we'll put it on a separate layer. I don't know why I expected him to look more like a spider, cause Zestial from the original was a spider. Hang on. What was I doing? Alright. Just being a little gay, that's what I'm doing. Wasn't it a bat? I thought it was a spider. Like his thing looked like spider webs. If I'm remembering correctly. Hang on. Let's go like determine this for real. Let me turn on my display capture. Turn on. There we go. Let's see. Zestial has been hotel. Pretty certain he was a spider. Yeah, that's a spider. He's got multiple arms and everything. For Zestial, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say. That's spoilers. I shouldn't say. Anyway, that's very much a spider. So let's get back to work then, huh? This circle sucks. He looks like he's going to suck my blood. Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you? I think my favorite thing to do on stream is to bully you a little bit. Like, not you specifically, but just bullying chat a little bit. It makes me happy. How are you able to draw on computer? I'm wondering if it's easier to do on digital art or on a computer rather than a tablet. Oh, it is definitely easier. It is definitely easier to do digital art on the computer. I used a tablet, like an iPad like tablet for a really long time. You know what? I'm gonna turn off my display capture. I don't think I want you guys knowing like what channels I sub to and whatnot. It's just a little bit of an invasion of privacy. Yeah, but yeah, doing it on the computer is way easier, even though it does like require more of an upstart cost. Because you could just you don't have to. What am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? I'm so dumb today. I'm unbearably dumb today. Hey Fazbear, good to see you. Anyway, since I can't figure out how to say anything, let's just say it's easier to draw on the computer than an iPad. I mean, you can just get more, like, range of motion, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you can just move your arm across the screen better. Because when you're doing it with an iPad, you have to draw more from the wrist, which generally is not as good. Like, drawing from the wrist is good for, like, detail work, but when you're making, like, bigger things, bigger sketches, you do want to move your entire arm. Because if you try to draw from the wrist when you're making a line like that, it's just it's not gonna work, you know? You can't get it to be as big. And even if you do, like, wait, that was from the arm, my bad. That was from the wrist. See? When you draw from the wrist, when you're trying to make a big line, it'll be like all wobbly and crooked and stupid. I'm just joining. What are we doing? We're drawing a thumbnail. Hermit did the sketch for me, but I'm adding some stuff that wasn't in the sketch because I feel like it. Oh, by the way, is the volume on the music good? This looks horrible. Permanent thumbnails attract viewers, so I got a theory they curse their thumbnails with a spell. I can barely hear you or the music. Unfortunately, I can't turn myself up, but if we need to turn up the volume on the music a little, that's cool. Is that better? That's the reason why hermit thumbnails attract so many viewers, is because they always look so funny. Still nothing? I mean, you ought to be able to hear it. It's almost as loud as I am. I'm actually partially deaf, yo. So, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. I really wish that I could make myself louder, but I just can't. Oh, that's what my mouth looks like. What do my teeth look like? Okay, fangs and then sharp. I literally went deaf because of listening to the whole musical daily on repeat on full volume with my phone right next to my ear. That was foolish. That was incredibly foolish. It has to be the best musical for me. Nearly cried 2 times while watching it. I think that's why I'm scared of watching it. Because I don't want to feel emotions. I think I legitimately do have a fear of... a slight fear of feeling genuine emotions. Or like strong emotions. Because anytime I have any kind of strong emotion, it activates my brain disorder and I get really sick and then I can't do anything for an hour, or at least for an hour, but it could also like knock me out for actual days, so I do kind of like tend to avoid things that make me feel strong emotions. Watch it that is in order? No, I'll watch it in the summer. I'll watch it in the summer when it doesn't matter whether or not I get a really bad episode. Like I'm being so for real, guys. I'm not joking. Like I remember like the other week, I think it was just last week, I was role playing with Duck, and I was getting really into character, and I was getting like a little emotional, and because of that, because I felt emotion, a strong emotion for 10 minutes, I was I was sick. I was horribly sick for I don't even remember how long. It was at least 3 days. It was 3 days where I was really horribly sick, like with brain disorder. And like when my brain disorder happens, one of my symptoms is pain, like legitimately pain, literal pain. I get chronic pain, like from my brain disorder. It's not very bad pain or anything, but like it feels all hot and like itchy, and it really is like feeling ants underneath your skin, and it's really bad. So I think because I've had my disorder for so long, and because it acts up whenever I feel a genuine emotion, um I've become scared of emotion because emotions mean pain. Even positive ones mean pain. Sucks. Because, I would like to be able to enjoy my life. But even strong positive emotions make me feel pain. Then your body hates you, yeah. So yeah, I've kind of had to train myself to avoid any strong emotion. Which also consequently leads me to avoiding life. I know how to draw a suit. You I know how to draw a suit. I swear. I know how to draw a suit. Do I need a hug? I do not need a hug. I can't stand to be touched. Don't be sorry, guys. It's fine. You didn't know. Why are my boobs so saggy? That's not right. Wait, so is this thumbnail like you running a game show? No, it's for the out of context video. I just feel like drawing myself in a suit. I want to be a sexy lesbian, but without the lesbian part. I just want to have that energy. AJ, what happened after the Smasher Pass with the Pokemon? I went to bed. Is the out of context video finished? Yeah, it goes up on Saturday. What day is it? Friday. So it goes up tomorrow. It's just like, I have a plan. I have a plan. So the plan is, we have the silly bait. But what if we also have the sexy bait? I'm teasing. I don't actually think that. Those reminds me of Katie Killjoy. Thank you. I have plans for Katie Killjoy. I don't know why, but it's satisfying watching AJ drop bodies. It always looks great. Thank you. Thank you, I do my best. Oh, you can't see my hand anymore. That's okay, I'll fix it when I line it. The best part of that. Huge French fry drama. I just got a notification from Moist Critical. I want to watch that video. What the heck's happening with French fry? Oh, he probably means like actual French fries, not like French fry and slushy and chicken nugget and those guys. Don't you freak me out. You don't know who Moist Critical is? Why do I get Mammon vibes from that pose? You know, kinda yeah. This drawing is the visual embodiment of my love for Kappa. Well, now we know what you watch. Well, most people watch Moist Critical. Moist Critical is the most unproblematic creator that's ever been. The reason why I don't want you guys knowing what I watch is because I don't want to get in any like stupid controversy over like something that one other creator did that I might not even know about, and then I still watch them, you know? I don't know the pasts of every single creator that I watch, so there is a likelihood that I'm subbed to a creator that's done something terrible, and I don't want people knowing if I am, especially if I don't know. I do like Markiplier. Markiplier is the other Jesus of YouTube. There are two people on YouTube that I am for sure certain have never done anything wrong, and it's Moist Critical and Markiplier. The NTDM, what about him? I never watched him. I've heard that he's like a Minecraft YouTuber or something or other. I have no clue actually. But he was never really a part of my childhood. He's still fun to watch though. I don't know. I guess I'm just not interested in that kind of stuff. I don't watch a ton of gaming stuff anymore. Most gaming creators, I just kind of like fell out of love with that genre. The only I think the only video game YouTuber that I actually still watch is Markiplier. I prefer to watch like video essays about stuff I've never heard about, or like I like to watch a lot of drama stuff. I don't know why, but the drama feeds my stupid little brain. I just prefer to watch I prefer to watch a lot of stuff that you just don't have to have your brain turned on in order to like watch it and enjoy it. Because, you know, usually when I'm watching anything, I'm also like drawing because I don't have time to do any one thing. um So I usually only put stuff on so that I can watch it in the background. Oh, Queso! Queso's the other gaming person that I watch. I don't watch anyone else for gaming. Wendigoon is also nice. I have heard a lot about Wendigoon. I haven't actually seen anything that he's made. I really ought to. I heard that he does like horror stuff, and I do like watching horror video essays. So I'm sure he's right up my alley. I just haven't, you know, I just haven't done it. I don't like watching art commentary videos though. I think that's the one kind of commentary video that I just can't stand, because it seems like most art commentary videos are about actually nothing. Like, they're about the most non-issues ever. Most of the time. I will never watch a single art commentary video ever. Ever again. Never ever in my life. The only time I care about art commentary drama is when it becomes such a big deal that it branches out to actual commentary creators. Art commentary videos just stress me out. Yeah, for real. It's always about dumb stuff. Does that mean you dislike Sam Does Art? Who's Sam Does Art? I forget. I know I've heard of that. Let me look her up and like see if I remember who she is. Sam Does Art. Oh, I should turn on my display capture so you can actually see what I'm doing. Turn on, turn off. Okay. Sam Does Art.
What's up, guys? In
This
this video,
guy. This guy. I remember this guy. No, I don't watch his videos. I don't like have any like dislike towards him. It's just not something that I'm interested in. And there are times do me and Sam qualify as women thanks to HG? I'm sorry. I heard Sam Does Art, and I think I was like imagining like someone else in my head. Is there? I know that there's somebody else that I think I do watch like every now and then, whose name is also Sam, and I think it's Sam Does something or other. Hang on, let me go look through my subscriptions and see if I can remember who I'm thinking about without you guys being able to see. Subscriptions. I know there's someone. I know there's someone. Man, we got a ton of subscriptions. Who are all these people? I'm thinking of. I was thinking of this lady whose name is Sam at Every Size. That's not even close. When you say nothing, do you mean just boring stuff or stuff no one cares about? I don't think I understand what exactly you're referring to, but because I'm pretty sure I've said nothing like several times. Who and what happened with City Bear? Oh, the City Bear situation was nuts. I think that situation was botched. So what happened is City Bear's this art YouTuber. She does like I think she does like Undertale stuff, or at least she's semi-involved in Undertale stuff. So great to know another person from my first ever fandom is an evil person. But she was like sending porn to minors and whatnot. Not like real porn, but like drawn porn. Even still, grooming. She was grooming somebody. Not like in a pedophilic predatory way, but like in a way where like it's just not right. I think there's a difference between grooming in a pedophilic way and grooming in other ways. You know, just getting somebody more. I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, what she was doing was messed up, and so people were making art. They were making commentary videos to like call her out. She admitted to being a groomer, and then this troglodyte idiot named Just a Robot situation and made a defense video about her that was really bad, and it was the worst defense video that's ever been made ever. And he just inserted himself into the drama in such a way that the drama became more about him than about the groomer. It was crazy. Like and for a while every day there was new information about how much he sucked coming out. Like he had like a crush on her, this girl that he'd never met, and he had a girlfriend, and he cheated on his girlfriend for the predator. Oh, that's gotta sting. I feel so bad for his girlfriend, whoever she is or was. I hope she broke up with him, because how are you gonna stay in a relationship with somebody who thinks a pedophile is sexier than you? The defense equivalent of Impressive Shadows hit piece on Wendigoon? Yes. Yeah, it was the exact same energy, except thankfully Just a Robot is a little bit snappier, because the Impressive Shadows, man, his video was like 3 hours long. Oh my goodness. I could talk about the dumb drama for forever. I try not I usually don't watch like a lot of serious drama either. I like drama that's like serious enough that it warrants being like made in the first place, but not so serious that it stops being funny. Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah. So his video was originally like I think it was titled like conservatives and horror or something about that, or like the problem with conservative horror or something like that. And while he was like talking about that, he went into this huge long tangent about Wendigoon and all of Wendigoon's friends and all of these like slightly conservative or all of these conservative creators that he didn't like because they were conservative, or let alone Christian. It was called Bad Conservative Horror Movies? Yes. Yes, that's what it is. I'm certain there's plenty of really bad conservative horror movies. Conservatives are usually most afraid of the unknown. Like, that's the unknown, and anything new absolutely terrifies them. So I'm certain there's plenty of really bad conservative horror movies where the fear of being the fear of the unknown is like taken to an extreme that's just comical. Bro compared cannibals to Native Americans? What? I don't remember that! What? I'm sure he probably did, but like, what? What did he say? Well, I remember he called Oompaville like a gun-obsessed YouTuber. When Oompaville is he's not a gun-obsessed YouTuber. I don't think Oompaville's even conservative. I think he's like pretty middle of the road. Oompaville just happens to own guns. That doesn't make him obsessed with guns. It was a movie and had cannibals in it, and he said, "It's an hour Native Americans." Oh no! Hey Duck, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm drawing myself as a sexy little gremlin. He called a lot of people gun obsessed. I think in praise of Shadow's idea of gun obsessed is anybody that owns a gun. What a little baby man. I think that owning guns is a perfectly normal thing to do. Of course, like, there are, like, limits. I don't think you should be, like, you know, super, like, I don't think you should be, like, flaunting guns or anything. I mean, that's just not something that I super love. Because I remember, when I was 14, my house burned down. Everyone was fine. Nobody got hurt. The only things that died were like our fish. Not even all our fish, just the fish that we liked. Our stupid goldfish. Our stupid goldfish that we hated survived. Um, but anyway, so our house burned down. It was after our house burned down that I found out from my mom in an offhanded comment that we had owned a gun. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that growing up that we had a gun, but we just had a gun. I never saw the gun. I don't know if we still own a gun. But we had a gun. Yeah, not the fish. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the fish did die. We had this really adorable tank. We had a guppy in it. And I think her name was like Angelina or something like that. Some angel something, but like make it feminine. We had this guppy, and we also had I forget what they're called. Um we had a guppy, and then we had a Japanese algae eater named Tina. We absolutely loved Tina. And we also had a female betta fish named Jada. And the three of them made for a really cute tank. Angelica? Yeah, I think it was Angelica. Angelica, Tina, and Jada were like, they were the perfect tank. Because, you know, like, Angelica and Tina were like, they were the best of friends. Because she was like a little dog. She spent all day, every day, like, just eating. What was I doing? I looked at chat for like a split second, and then I lost my train of thought. So yeah, a guppy, a baby, a betta, a Japanese algae eater, and we had a suckerfish. The suckerfish's name was Boromir. He died first. Died before the house fire. I think our water like had chemicals in it or something. It was Ohio water, and it killed Boromir. The others survived though. Um, they made for like a really cute tank. Angelica and Tina, they were best friends. Tina was almost like a little dog because she spent all day every day just sucking the rocks, looking like a little dog. So when you looked at Angelica and Tina, it kind of looked like looking at a person and their dog. And then came the white elephant at the church. Somebody at the church brought for our white elephant. They brought in 3 goldfish and a family that we were like friendly with ended up with the fish, but they didn't have like a tank or anything, so they couldn't take care of the fish. So we ended up with the fish, and we actually tried to get rid of the goldfish again by taking it to the adult white elephant because it came from the children's white elephant. We tried to get rid of it at the adult white elephant, and the same exact family picked down the fish. So we got stuck with the fish again. We didn't want the fish. There were 3 fish. There was a little one named David. There was one that was like really pretty that we named Kyo, and then we had this big old beast of a fish that we named Goliath. And they sucked. Once they were in the tank, everything changed cuz they were huge compared to the fish that we already had. So like they took up the entire tank just by themselves. And once they were there, Angelina started, or was it Angelina or Angelica? Angelina. Once Angelina started schooling around with them, because you know when you're a fish, your only defense mechanism is to be with other fish. So of course you're gonna want to be with the most amount of fish. Oh my goodness, we just hated them, and they pooped so much. They were they sucked. Goliath was a cannibal. It was terrible. We hated them. And only the fish that we liked after the fire died. Only them. We almost Kyo was the only goldfish that we liked because he was pretty and he was like kind of like nicer. But even he died. But David and Goliath lived. Random, but does anyone know how I can unfilter my chat by getting rid of the filter in the settings? I can't find it. I think actually that's something I have to adjust. I might try and adjust that after stream because it seems like it keeps censoring random words. Goliath was a self-fulfilling prophecy of a name. Yeah. Well, I mean, what else were we supposed to name this enormous fish that we hated? What would be your favorite fish species after telling that story? Oh, actually, hmm. I know this doesn't count as a fish, but I do actually like quite a few like deep sea fish. Let me see if I can remember what it's. Big fin. Can you type, please? Now I know this is not a fish. This is a squid, not a fish. But I like this thing. I like this thing. I like this freak of nature. I like this weird little guy. This weird little guy that is in fact very large. In fact, I just like squid just in general. Squid are cool. So, the big fin squid, that is what this is called. The big fin squid. They live in the Gulf of Mexico. I guess it's called the Gulf of America now. Um, they're they are very large. So far, I think the smallest one we've ever found is 10 feet long. And so far, we have only found juveniles. We have not yet found an adult. And I think that is so cool. I love these weird little freaks. They're weird little freaks. Look at them. Look at that weird little freak. Look at him. Look at him. Look at. Have you seen the video Meet the Spy? I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I've seen clips though. Oh, here's a better picture so you can see how big it really is. Womp. And it like curves around, and these like paddles at the end are still part of it. How did they know they were juveniles if we've never seen an adult? I have no clue. I'm not a marine biologist. I think the way that we can identify that they are juveniles and not fully grown squid is by comparing them to other species of squid. I'm sure there's like a science thing there. Gonna include them in your ring of envy? I might. I really like these guys. But the thing about like building out hell, and the reason why I haven't done nearly as much work on Has Been Hotel is because world building is hard, and I want to be very careful in the way that I build out the world. I want all of my demons to actually be based on real demons from several different cultures around the world. So like one demon that I was planning on including, or like I guess I don't know whether you would classify it as a demon or a monster, but the Mongolian death worm. I love the Mongolian death worm. I don't know very much about the Mongolian death worm, but I do enjoy it. And I was thinking of actually making the Mongolian death worm Mammon's mother. So I do want to like make different monsters and demons and all that kind of jazz like canon to the world, but I need to be sure in the way that I build it out that I build it out good. So it's just, world building is hard because every single action has a consequence, every single species has a consequence. So whenever I do build it, I have to like be very careful about the way that I do it so that I make sure that everything makes sense. Confirm Mammon is a mama's boy? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I have actually been thinking about cutting out the loan sharks because as funny as they are, the loan sharks are great, but as far as I know, they're not based on any actual demons that exist. So I think I'd rather cut those out in favor of, I think, anything else really. Like, I was thinking of like cutting them out and replacing them with dragons. Like maybe we could like combine dragons and loan sharks so they're dragons, but the dragons are based off of sharks. I need to do a lot more research on the Mongolian deathworm. I don't know whether the Mongolian deathworm is like a single cryptid or if it's like or if it's a species. Because if it's a species, then it could be a species of demons, but if it's not, then it's just gonna be the one. Which honestly probably makes more sense. Chaz is a dragon now. I'm thinking about it. I am considering it. I have not made a decision yet. I was actually thinking my ear is in the wrong place. Cuz it's very close to where my ear canal should be, but it is not there. What about the candle-headed goats from Vivzy's Sloth? I don't know. I don't know what those are based on. The only thing I can imagine those being based on is probably Belphegor. But like, what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I have to do a lot more research. I think that's really what's stopping me from making videos about Hell of a Boss, is because I need to do so much research. At something of a war with myself about commissioning you, since on one hand I love your art and prices, but on the other you make less money on my commissions than people who don't follow you, and I also don't want to hoard any more of your limited slots. Don't worry about it. Like, the commissions aren't rolling in so fast that you have to worry about that. You can, like, you can totally, like, take up more slots if you want to. It's not a big deal. It's just that I think if there's like a person who's in line more than once, that I will actually do other people's commissions before I do their second commission to like make it maybe not exactly fair, but it feels a little bit more fair to me. So that way like people who didn't get in as early can still like have their commissions like quickly. Goodness gracious. You know, I think the great thing about drawing your character as being more chunky than you are in real life is that it makes you feel better about yourself. Honestly, Jesse, because of how frequently you commission me and how frequently you take advantage of all of the discounts that are available for Patreon members, you are the reason that those discounts went down. Because I didn't realize how cheap those discounts made my commissions actually in real life when put into practice. Because Mercer commissions me a lot, um, and whenever he tips very, very well. Like, not only does he always pay full price when he doesn't have to, but he also like adds on like usually an extra $20-$30. It's insane. He tips really well. A single commission from Mercer is worth like 3 of yours. Of course, I do usually have to do a lot more work for his because he usually gets a full character design along with a full body shading and whatnot. Mercer's great. I love Mercer. Once this thumbnail is done, I'm gonna get back to working on his commission. I did some work off camera. Let's see. Commissions. Where is it? There it is. I actually did get his character design done earlier. Like not earlier today, but like earlier in the week. Like I think it was yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. But yeah, I got it all done and he was very happy with it, which is nice. I like when I don't have to change things. She's very pretty, yes. And so the plan is for when I do it, when I do the final art, and here he always likes the iPhone orientation. He said he wanted this version of her, which I appreciate because this version is easier to draw. uh, yes, and that does actually give me an idea. I'll have to like check back to see whether or not he ordered a background. He usually doesn't. He's only ordered a background a few times. But sometimes I do throw in a full background as a little treat. So I think this one had a background that came with it. This one also did. These other two did not have backgrounds ordered. So I put like little things in the background. For her, it was her fox form, and for this dude, I put a big dragon tail in the back because he's supposed to be like an iron dragon or something like that. Maybe it was called a steel dragon, I forget. Mercer's great. I love Mercer. We all love Mercer. Mercer's the absolute greatest. I think Mercer has also been my longest standing patron. Mercer is the richest goat here. I don't know how he affords it. I don't know why he chooses to afford it. He doesn't have to. It makes me happy that someone could like my art and my content that much. Mm, you really sleep? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, huh. I'm gonna chill for a bit. I think my brain is overlapping itself right now. Relatable. There we go. He still looks kind of weird, but it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's just a thumbnail. This looks terrible, never mind. Simple, he is the goat and he has the funds. Just wait until the fellow gets his prices. He'll be buying and commissioning some wacky stuff. He's not that rich, fellas. He's a trucker. He drives trucks. I like how AJ's pose looks like she's making fun of the viewer. I am. Nah, he's a trucker. Yes, he is. Apparently being a trucker is good money. Who would have thought? It makes me want to get my license. I'm probably not cut out to be a trucker though, to be honest. I mean, I don't really know anything about it, but you know, I feel like probably stereotypically masculine jobs are not for me. I'm a weakling. My uncle drives trucks and he's still middle class. Well, being middle class is good. I think being middle class is underrated. How hard is the rule you're setting out that a Hellborn must be based off of an IRL demon or monster? It's pretty hard. I mean, it just makes everything easier when you base stuff off of real monsters. At least for me, like, I'm just really passionate about mythology. I always have been. I find it fascinating. So if I can base something off of a pre-existing creature, I usually do. And if I can't, I mean, I think for Hellborn it's going to be a hard rule that it has to be based off of an actual creature, a mythological creature anyway. But my demons that are not based off of mythology, that's for sinners, you know. So I can have the best of both worlds. I mean, I can have whatever I want with sinners, and then I can be like very specific and whatnot with Hellborn. Okay, are we sure he isn't a trucker and for the mafia? He might be. I might be getting mafia money, guys. That would be great. Sometimes I like to make up lore in my head for Mercer, pretend like he's like a creature that doesn't actually exist. It's funny to me. What would Succubi and Incubi be based on? They already exist! Succubi and Incubi are already demons that exist. You know, that they're already based off of mythology. The only thing left to determine is how I want them to look. I can do whatever I want with that, and what I want to do is I want to do snakes. Plot twist, Moxie's dad is Mercer. My recommendation out there for anyone who is ever planning on taking commissions, remember that men have money too. Most of my repeat customers that spend the most money are all men. So what you're gonna want to do if you want to take commissions is you gotta have to broaden your horizons. You gotta be able to draw things that girls like, but you also have to be able to draw things that dudes like. And you know what dudes like? They like explosions. They like manly men. They like pretty girls. And they like armor. Armor and weapons. My point is, don't limit yourself to just things that girls like to draw and girls like to commission art of. Get a good mix of everything. And, you know, the more broad your horizons are, the more commissions you'll get. Dudes also really like robots. So I know everybody at like I know for artists like the worst thing to draw ever is a robot because robots are like armor except even more complex. But I recommend to everyone who wants to take commissions and wants to make a lot of money off of taking commissions, learn how to draw robots. I mostly commission girls and, and stuff. Uh, yeah. Then that's also the thing is not all dudes are the same. Not all dudes commission super masculine stuff. But you'd be shocked how many do. I remember my boss, and I forget how to pronounce his name, so I'm just gonna call him Jelliver, because that's how it's spelled. But he actually commissioned me to do a 20-page comic, which I haven't finished yet because I'm procrastinating really bad. But the reason why he commissioned that from me is because I drew Charlotte as a big scary dragon. So another thing that dudes really like is dragons. Although frankly everyone kind of likes dragons, to be honest. So anyway, point is, widen your horizons. Learn how to draw a little bit of everything. If you want to be a successful artist, you have to learn how to draw everything and cater to every demographic. You have to be able to draw pretty girls. You have to be able to draw stuff that girls like, which would be like cute animals and also pretty girls. But you should also be able to draw stuff that dudes like, which is gonna be masculine men that are like go out and conquer. I think part of the reason um, why I think my art appeals to so many men is because of my Adam redesign. Because I was appreciating men when I drew him. And I feel like that's something that doesn't quite happen quite enough, is just this acknowledgement of what men like. Feels like in the past decade, like there's been this huge push for companies to cater to women, because women have money now, and obviously you're gonna want to tap into any audience that has money, because then you can have that money. So I totally respect the push to conquer other markets, but I think in doing that there has been a bit of neglect, or like something that I think especially media companies have kind of forgotten uh what appeals to men. And I think the thing that appeals most to men is conquest and self-improvement. Men love that. They eat that up. Well, I think like kind of like in general, men tend to be fairly competitive, like really competitive, and so like anything that like not anything, but like stories that are about like wanting to be the best and working hard to become the best uh, appeal to men really hard. Women, it's a little bit different. For women, most stories that appeal to women the most are stories more about endurance, where you just have to like wait for everyone to wake up and realize that you were right the whole time. Which it's it's a little shallow. Um, but that's okay. I'm a man child, so I prefer male power fantasies. I think maybe I think this is like a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think male power fantasies are totally fine. Like, women get their power fantasies. I think men should be allowed to have that too. The thing about power fantasies is that they're not real. Sexist or not, doesn't matter. It's not real. And as so long as you go into that recognizing that it's not real, and not like actually taking dating advice or advice about how to be a human from anime, so long as you don't try to become an anime protagonist, it's fine. Unfortunately, there are some people that like have such bad social skills that they see anime and it kind of like ruins their brain and makes them think that things that aren't okay are okay. So like in anime, there's like this big thing with fan service, right? And there's like this trope of like the dude falling onto the girl and he gets a handful of boobs. And then like there have been some people that legitimately watch that and they come away thinking that that kind of thing is okay and that it's funny, when it's really not. So as long as you watch that and you recognize this is fiction, this would never happen in real life. If that happened in real life, I would go to prison. So long as you recognize that, it's totally fine. I do think that anime that is like that should be kept out of the hands of children, because if you watch that when you're a child, it could like ruin the script in your brain. But so long as you're like a fully functioning adult, you'll be fine. I cracked my skull, rolling my eyes, saying that. Is it sexist to say that I want to massage Possum use belly? Simp! Everyone call him a simp! Everyone call him a simp! I feel like that's a low percentage of people. It is, but it happens enough that, like, you probably should be at least 16 before you watch that. Sorry to embarrass you, Jesse, but, like, you brought that on yourself. Well, that part's done. Okay, so now, according to Hermit, the rest of this is supposed to be silly pictures of me doing silly things. I like this one. This one of me twerking is very funny. A low percentage of people are that stereotypical male dweeb. Yeah. It's a low percentage. It's a very low percentage, but even like 5% is too much, you know? Or even just 1%. That's a lot of people. It's hundreds of thousands of people. Thinking of including sirens since they're basically evil mermaids, I have also thought of that. I have been thinking about making those envy creatures. I actually have this idea. So the sirens, they're from Greek mythology, right? And in Greek mythology, the sirens actually started out as bird people. They were part woman, part bird. And that's why they could like sing so pretty, because they were birds and birds could sing pretty. But like I actually forget what happened. But something happened and like they got their wings removed and they got fishtails instead. So I was thinking, like, if that's true, and they're native to Envy, what if Envy wasn't always underwater? What if it pulled, like, a reverse Earth, where it started as a desert, and then became water? Or actually, wait. I remember something. The neurons in my brain are connecting. So I remember I said once, it was a really long time ago, but I said that every single sin that's ever lived, with only like a few exceptions, I forget who those exceptions are. I think Charlie was the exception, but most of the sins have ruled over wrath at some point or another, usually when they were teenagers. So if the sirens are from envy, then and what's her face? And Leviathan used to rule over Wrath, then that means that the bird people used to live in Wrath, in that desert, so then they would have wings. But when Leviathan decided to move rings, they adapted by losing their wings and getting fishtails instead, so that they could live in envy. Did you know that envy is a malicious form of jealousy, where you want the people you envy over to suffer for it? I did know that. That is why envy is a sin and jealousy isn't. You know, being jealous is a perfectly normal human emotion, but envy is where it gets bad. That's also why wrath is a sin and not anger. Anger is different from wrath. Because, like, anger is a totally natural, normal human emotion, and it's one that even God experiences. But wrath is not the same thing. I mean, there's such thing as like holy wrath. Like they call it the wrath of God every now and then. But I think how it works is that wrath is for God in the same way that revenge is for God. But when a human does it, it's bad. Because, you know, we're not all knowing. Bye, Hermit. I'll see you later. Okay, chat. I can't make a decision, so we are going to put it to a vote. If I can figure out how to make a poll. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Settings? Well, it's not in settings. Hang on, let me Google it. How to make a poll in Twitch. Has Charlotte, did his thing arrive? Or their thing? I'm sorry. Click on quick actions. Okay. Creator dashboard. Alright. 54 followers. That's nice. You know, we had, I think it was 23 people in the chat earlier. That was great. Those are great numbers. Let's see. Let's see. Dashboard. Dashboard. There we go. Creator dashboard. What do you think of Viv's gluttony being thin? I think it's a unique way to portray gluttony, but they didn't go far with it enough, in my opinion. I agree completely. Okay, manage stream. Oh! Alright. Okay. Quick actions. Where would that be? Quick actions. Where's quick actions? Where is it? Let me turn on the display capture so you guys aren't bored looking at nothing. Hopefully I don't accidentally dox myself or something stupid. Okay. Voting and polls. Okay. How do I make it? Creating polls, great. Dashboard. New. Okay. Here? Okay. Create new poll. Where? What do you mean? Where? No, it doesn't exist on the page. Edit, manage poll. What? Could you give me a screenshot of the whole screen, please? Manage stream. Let's see. Create poll. Aha! Manage poll. Ah! Why not? I can't do it. Oh. I can't do it. I'm not high enough leveled. Oh. Okay. So, you know what? I'll just read the chat, alright? Okay. So we have 4 options here. We have Banana AJ. We have Twerking AJ. We have Kill AJ. And we have Puke AJ. Vote. Hollister Pose AJ win? I don't even know what you mean by that. I think her being a wolf would fit with the Queen of Hellhounds better than a fox personality. Well, the thing about Beelzebub is that in Beelzebub in Christian mythology is supposed to be the king of the flies, right? So I find it a little strange that there are no flies in Gluttony so far as we've seen. I'm legit anxious because I know my mom's not going to be happy with my grade being a D. My goodness, what do you have to do to get a D? The only time I've ever had a D in school is when I was so sick that I literally could not do anything. Like, the brain disorder, it was... I say killing me, but it was not killing me. I was fine. But you know what I mean when you're just like so sick that you can't get out of bed. That was me literally every day. So yeah, I did get a D once, but that was the only time. I don't know how you could ever get a D otherwise unless you're just like not studying or, you know, doing the work. It can't be that hard to work AJ. AJ if she was made by Vivzy Pose. If AJ was made by Vivzy Pose, AJ would be way hotter. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I see 3 for banana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 for kill. Yeah, kill works. Alright. Maybe B was just so gluttonous she ate all the flies. I think that the insect theme in Viv's gluttony was a metaphor like the hellhounds are the bees of the hive and Beelzebub is the queen bee. That's still not flies, though! Like a twink, yeah, she probably would make me a gay twink. That and my biology teacher has been pulling stuff out of his butt and dumping a lot of work every week and only giving us 1 day to work on it. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. That makes sense. Complain to the school, man. If you are being so overwhelmed by a singular teacher that you are failing, complain to the school. There's probably more people that have done it. And you know what? It might not do anything because, you know, I've complained to the school about the law literally being broken when my teacher ignored my disability accommodations. But, you know, it's best to at least have a paper trail, you know? Because of Lord of the Flies, it's not Lord of the Furries. You know, actually, I was thinking. So, it has been not has been hotel in Hell of a Boss. There's a part in one of the earlier episodes where where Moxie is mistaken for a possum when he doesn't look like a possum at all. So I was thinking, like, he's from Greed, right? Or, well, I think he was born in Wrath, but he lived in Greed, he grew up in Greed. And I'm pretty sure his dad was from Greed. I was thinking, like, what if imps that are from Greed look like possums and raccoons? So, like, the dudes would look like possums and the girls would look like raccoons. Because those are greedy little animals. I want to do that. That would make me very happy. So kill AJ. It's guillotine. We need a guillotine. Guillotine. AJ is an imp. Yeah, maybe. Imagine just seeing a raccoon or a possum with a weapon. Yeah. Oh, let me get a transparent image of a guillotine so that I have to do less work. Is this a transparent image? This better be a transparent image. Yay! It's a transparent image. We'll put that right there. I thought it was gonna be AJ killing somebody. No. I mean, maybe I should have turned up the opacity, but it's very clearly a guillotine with my head in it. It's actually a reference to one of my older videos. I think it was actually a reference to this horrible video that I made where I redesigned Jax. Because it was before the other episodes of what's it called? Of the Digital Circus had come out. So at the time I didn't like Jax. I thought he was kind of lame. But I like him now. crime did you commit to get in a guillotine? I said that I didn't like Jax's design. That was the crime. I like Jax now. At the time when I made the video where this reference comes from, I didn't like his design. I thought he was boring. I also didn't like him because I thought he was just like another generic like jerk with a heart of gold, and I had been getting very sick of that lately. I like him much better now because like after episode 2 came out, I fell in love with Jax. Like he's hilarious. I love him because he's just such a jerk. He is an unabashed jerk, and you know he's a jerk in a way that um like it seems like he's not a jerk because he's a traumatized soft boy, or because he like actually cares but he doesn't want people to know that he cares. He's just actually terrible, and that makes me happy. I like it when characters are actually just terrible. I think it's the same reason why I like Adam, because he's just terrible. I still wish his writing was better, but I also love that he's just terrible. No ifs, ands, or buts. I made my nose too fat. I'm drawing my nose wrong. I drew my nose wrong. I have nostrils. Almost forgot my ugly nostrils. What if Beelzebub was a dragonfly because they are a highly successful predator species with a 95% success rate? A dragonfly? That's a really good idea! I don't know why I didn't think of that! That's an excellent idea! I'm stealing that. That's my idea now. A dragonfly. That marries the ideas that I already had together perfectly. Drew my nostrils wrong too. There we go. Fiddy hoppity AJ just stole your property. I think I might move this guillotine over a little bit. I can't wait for the next out of context video. I actually really enjoy making them because, you know, for a long time I've considered myself like boring and not entertaining at all. But after making the out of context video and watching it back, I have a lot of good bits. And I think my favorite clips are the ones that legitimately are out of context and not just funny jokes that I made that were stupid even at the time. My favorite ones, like, I remember there's one clip in there where I went, like, where I said with a totally straight face, and now Charlotte doesn't have garden slaves anymore. Those are my favorite ones. My favorite ones are the ones where, like, I say something absolutely wild with a completely straight face, unironically. Now I feel dumb, my bee is just another chubby pig girl. That's fine. It's totally fine. I remember I once saw a redesign that somebody did where they took Beelzebub's design. They didn't change anything. The only thing they changed was they made her plus size. Goodness gracious, was she cute. She was absolutely adorable. And you know, I feel sad because I would love to do that, but at the same time, I also have a different idea. AJ pressing nuclear launch codes. They should let me into the White House so I can do that. The first place I would bomb is France. I think the world would be better off without France. Why France? You know why France. It's because of the people. Don't worry. Before I nuked France, I would drop papers to let everyone know that they have a month to evacuate France before I blow it up. Beelzebub is partially based off of JJ from the music video that launched Vivzy Pop into internet stardom. I do know about that. And honestly, goated reference, to be honest. I remember seeing that even when I was a kid and didn't know anything. Okay, so we have AJ and the guillotine. What do we want to do now? So we've got. Let me go. Get rid of this one here, and we'll replace it with Puke AJ. Okay. Alright, chat, vote. Banana AJ, Puke AJ, or Twerk AJ? Decide. AJ riding on a nuke and wearing a cowboy hat. I see 3 for banana, 1 for twerk, 2 for okay, that's a lot for twerk all at once. You know what? I actually just had an idea. I think what I'll do is we've only got so much floor space. So we'll put Puke AJ right here. We'll put Twerk AJ on top of that. Will banana be included if we have space? And if I can figure out how to make it work. You know what? What if I drew her laying in the puke? I'm so excited for the out of context video. I'm really proud of it. It's like it really does like feel like, I wouldn't say an end of an era or anything, but like it feels like my entire YouTube career up until now has been building towards it. Just this one video where I assemble everything that all of my best bits. I didn't assemble everything from stream, but I did include quite a few stream parts in there. I also like I think that because of the out of context video, I would not be shocked if we got an influx of people coming to Twitch. It's probably going to be the best advertising for myself I've ever done. Perfect. And how long has stream been going on? Almost 2 hours? Nice. I think the plan for stream for tomorrow, because I do want to stream every single Saturday. I have a test tomorrow, actually. Actually, I might be able to... I'll see if I can actually do that test earlier tonight. And then maybe, like, go get dinner at a restaurant. Do you have that one clip I sent a while back from the Pokemon Smasher Passpod? I do have that. That made it in. I did not put in the one where I was laughing while my mic was absolutely cooked. Honestly, that clip... honestly, the entire part of stream from... I think it was our second stream or something... where my mic broke was actually the most embarrassing thing for me ever. Because people told me in the comments, hey, your mic is busted. And I thought they were exaggerating. And I will never do that again. That the video at that point, like when I was editing it, it had gotten so long already that I could really only include the best of stuff. So there were other clips that I did also take out for not being funny enough. It looks so sick. Please add it back in. No, it's already uploaded. I look so sick. My soul is leaving my body. I will forever have that video saved on my device. Oh man. What do you think of the Imp and Hellhound designs? I like the Hellhounds. I actually really like the Hellhounds. The Imps, I'm not like super crazy about. Like they're not bad designs by any means. They're just not like super up my alley, you know? I definitely like them. I think they're actually really solid designs. I don't have any issues with them. It's just not for me. AJ drank too much. I promise I was drinking an age-appropriate beverage. Probably gonna base Kane off of a Hellhound. Epic. I adore the background Hellhounds in some scenes. They can get really creative. Actually, yeah, I think that's what my favorite thing about Hellhounds is that the Hellhounds are like based off of dogs, and there are all kinds of different dog breeds, and there are a lot of Hellhounds based off of different dog breeds. That's so cool. I'm glad they're not just wolves. Where is my stand for my thing? There we go. I will be right back. I think I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to turn on my lamp because the sun has set. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna turn on my light, and I think I might also get a snack because I'm getting fairly hungry. No. Okay, I'm all right. AJ drank orange juice after brushing your teeth. That's great. I've returned. I'm starting to feel sick because of how anxious I'm getting. Well, I've found that the best way for me to overcome anxiety is to do something about whatever's making me anxious. Like, not every time, that doesn't always work. Sometimes I do have to like numb out the emotions for a little bit. Like especially if they're really bad. But you know, you'd be shocked how less anxious you're gonna be if you identify the source of your anxiety and then work on it. So like I remember when I was talking to Egg on Your Leg, he's this really good Adam voice actor. He does an Adam impression perfectly, and I really wanted him to work for me. I was really anxious about having nothing to show him to like make myself impressive and like get him to think that this is like a real thing. This is the wrong folder. What I did was I actually after like writing like a full-on episode pitch, this is not the right folder either. Um, what I did was I finished writing the outline. I wrote a full episode pitch. Then I finished writing the outline for episode 1 and half of episode 2. So I would have that to show him. I've also got the financial statements up and whatnot. I'm anxious about my grade. What am I supposed to do? I can't change it now. Well, I think the best thing to do, like, since you can't change it, there's nothing left to do. The only thing left to do is wait for your mom to find out. Tell her. Instead of waiting for her to find out, what if you just went and told her, hey, I'm struggling in school. I have a bad grade. Do you think you could help me talk to my teacher and like get some extra credit or something, you know? Like take initiative. You know, I don't know what your mom is like, so I can't speak for her, but or what she's like, but I know that moms like it just like in general when you take initiative to try and solve your own problems, or they like it when you like ask for help in a way that makes it seem like you want to also do work. So you know, if she's gonna find out one way or the other, it might be better to find it out from you instead of from the school. So that way, at the very least, even if it goes poorly, at least at least it'll be over, you know? Uh, I'm really sorry about all of that. I hope that, your schooling starts, going a little bit better for you. School sucks. I'm so sorry. There's nothing left to do except endure. What was it doing? What layer is this? Oh, that's a sketch. Anyway, a little bit of a egg on your leg update in case anybody was curious. He did say yes, and I can't believe that happened. I never thought I was even gonna get to talk to him, let alone him say yes. My teacher really isn't the issue. I just have an issue with being lazy, and the work we have to do takes a lot of brain power for me to do it all at once. Okay, so I'm actually going to recommend something to you. Let me turn on my display capture. So I also have like issues just like with brain power. I have limited brain capacity, and I have a hard time like taking initiative, and making sure that I stay on task. So something that's actually helped me is this game right here. That's also functions as my music. It's called Spirit Lofi, and what it is, it's kind of like a radio. So it's got several different albums, or if you want to, you can also go onto the web to like browse for whatever music you want to. It's also got like relaxing sounds, but that's not like really the important part. The important part is this to-do list and this timer. So how this timer is set up is that you can choose how many sessions you want to, up to 4, which would be That would be an hour of work. And between each 15-minute session is a 5-minute break. You can also up that if you need to. So that way you can like easily set for yourself like a list of things that you need to do, because I know for the hardest thing for me is with a dang it, the hardest thing for me about to-do list is I forget to make them, and even when I make them, I forget to look at them. So having this game open and have it also function as my music, so I need it in order to work, because I need to listen to something in order to work. Having this function as my music helps me to actually make my to-do lists, and it helps me to like get this timer that I need. That gives me 5-minute breaks in between every 15 minutes of work, so that way I can give my brain a little bit of a break, and then I can keep working and stay on task and be able to actually focus, and also be able to like make actually be able to do well. And it's not 100% effective, of course, because the biggest factor in it is you, but I have found it extraordinarily helpful. They should sponsor me. Where are my oranges? I got an orange from the kitchen as a snack. Oranges are like the most annoying thing to peel ever. So what I've actually started doing is I cut them into 4 squares with the peel still on, and then I just eat them out of it. um and you know what? It saves me a lot of time. But the issue with it is that the pulp gets stuck in my teeth, so it's really annoying. But man, are oranges good! I'm gonna move my mic away from my mouth for a little bit so I can eat this. Mm. Bye, Starry. Have a good night. No AJ mukbang? No. I low-key hate mukbangs. I think they're the worst thing ever. Like, why would you ever want to listen to somebody eat? I mean, I have heard that the appeal is you want to feel like you're eating with somebody. And you know what? I totally get that, especially for people that are like living alone. But you know what I'd rather do? Not that. I would literally rather watch literally anything else, because I cannot stand the sound of people chewing. I hate it. It drives me insane. I hate mouth sounds. And there are other things that I hate about it. No, part of the appeal, part of the, a mukbang isn't just watching somebody eat. During that, they're also like talking and whatnot, right? You know what I'd rather do? I'd rather just watch a commentary video and cut out the part where they're eating. Like, I'd rather watch a commentary video and pretend like my friend that I'm watching has already finished eating, and I'm just slow, you know? I hate mukbangs. Also, nobody looks good when they're eating, in my opinion. Even the most gorgeous person ever, when they're eating, looks bad. What was I doing? Working, right. Added to the out of context video. Have a convention over the weekend, gonna be staying at a hotel the next 2 days. Oh, that's awesome. I want to go to a convention so badly. I've never been to one. I just don't go anywhere or do anything. The sounds just bored my ears and brain. If you're talking about Spirit Lofi's sounds, hang on, wrong button. There are actually, these are like audio scrollers, so you can turn it down if you want to. Oh shoot, I didn't realize my computer was unplugged, whoopsie. Anyway, you should be able to just like, you can turn them up or down as you please. So actually, I'm listening to the Gentle Snowstorm one right now because I like the way that it looks, and it is like some nice relaxing sounds for me. But I usually do put it on the lower sound, on a lower setting. The ones that are down here, these ones don't have any visual effects on the environment. That's fine, I guess. I don't understand why distant cityscape is an option. I don't I don't understand why this is an option. Nobody likes. Does anyone like the sound of a city? Is there a single person who would rather listen to a city than just have it be quiet? I don't get it. I'll never get it. The rain one is also very nice. I usually do put this on the lower setting too because the rain is can be kind of loud. I like it. I'm gonna leave that on actually. Gonna be dressed as Lucifer for it? Awesome! Actually, uh, uh, you should be on evening. That's better. Also for the way that the place looks, they have a ton of different options for like customizing it. Surprisingly, I find a group of people a great background noise. I get that. But I don't want to listen to like cars in the background. That's the most annoying thing ever. If it was just people talking in the background, they should make that its own separate noise, because I would listen to that. Trains passing by and blowing their whistle in the morning. That's kind of a vibe a little bit. Let's see. Twerking. I might trace her sketch directly because the way that she drew it is just so perfect and funny. It looks like it looks like a chicken. Oh. Oh, lol, I don't know why, but I thought you would be using the Among Us twerking meme to draw you. You know what? That would have worked. I love that video so much. It makes me happy. You know, I actually think I'm gonna change the album that we've been listening to because we've been listening to this one for a while. Let's see. Scroll, please, I beg. There we go. This one. I don't think I've listened to this one. Forgot I was watching a live stream. How? Like, just out of curiosity, how? Because there's no way the content is that good. I'm using a mini player. Oh, that makes sense. Oh man. Oh, good. Oh, that tangent. Yeah, that's it's great. Yep. That is something I drew, isn't it? So what did you guys have for dinner? Chinese food? Ooh. Belphegor? How did you have Belphegor for dinner? Actually, scratch that. What did she taste like? That's not what my hair looks like. There we go. A burrito, but inside was a chicken salad. I want a burrito. I usually eat late and I'm an hour behind you. So it's about 7 o'clock for me right now. Actually, I should probably check to see what time the testing center closes. Let me just turn this off really quick before I dox myself. Um, I would like to see if I can get my test done tonight and reward myself with dinner tonight. But they actually might have closed already. Okay, so they don't close till 9. Alright, I've got plenty of time. I'll finish up the line art for this, then I'll go have my test, and then I will go have dinner. Wait, oh man, I wouldn't be able to go get dinner and do my test, because the bus, I wouldn't be able to get back to the bus in time. But I might run out of mental energy if I do the stream tomorrow and then go do my test. Or if I do my test and then the stream, either one is bad. I've screwed myself over with poor planning. I should have done it yesterday like I intended to. Well, not like I intended to, but like I thought about doing. I should have done that. I guess I've already got spaghetti made. You know what? I'll do my test tonight. I'll have spaghetti tonight, and tomorrow when I go to the store, then I will get restaurant food. For dinner, I had marinated chicken, rice, and kidney beans with sugar snap peas and salad. Oh, that sounds really good. I don't know what marinated chicken is or what you marinated it in, but it sounds delicious. I wish I knew how to cook better. I know like a few meals, like I'm not horrible at cooking or anything. I just don't have like a ton of meals that I know and am good at making. It just takes so much dang energy to make anything, and I hate cooking. It must run in the family or something, because my mom hates cooking too. And my dad was always the one that made dinner. And then the second that once me and my siblings were old enough to make ourselves lunch and breakfast, like breakfast was always cereal because even as little kids you could make that. But once we were old enough to make ourselves lunch, she stopped making lunch too. You know, I get it, she's disabled. And cooking is hard. And cooking takes a lot of energy. And a lot of cleanup. I actually did get myself like some curry blocks. Um my best friend from high school, her name is Nat. Their name is Nat. My bad. I'm sorry. They changed their pronouns after I met them. Um but they make this really delicious curry, and they use these curry blocks. So I asked them for their recipe, and then I had to go online and buy the curry blocks because they don't sell them where I live. So I got them delivered, and it's been over a month, and they're still they're still sitting on my desk, uh, and they haven't moved because I have not made them yet. I really ought to. I really ought to make that because it's really good curry, and I just haven't done it. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just lazy or if I'm so busy, and that's the issue. I don't know which it is. 'Cause I would like to say that I'm not lazy because I work a lot. I do a lot of work, but I also feel like in some ways that I am lazy. I would not be a good homemaker. Like ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a mom. I want to be a homemaker. That's what I would like. I would saying raised to do would be like kind of a weird thing to do, but that's just kind of how that is the truth. Like in my culture, everyone is raised to be parents first and then like in the workforce second. Like your job as a human being is to be a parent more than anything. Um his family is the most important thing to us. But I don't know, I hate cleaning, I hate cooking, I hate everything. I don't like doing it. And you know, the thing is that it's not even that hard. I make it a bigger deal in my brain than it needs to be. I want to cook something other than breakfast and mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is pretty goated, but it's not that great, actually. I changed my mind, it's not goated at all. Mac and cheese is not great. I only have the only reason why I even buy mac and cheese is like as an emergency meal for when I'm too sick to make anything else. I'm used to cleaning and really like cooking, kind of want to do restaurant work. That actually might be like a good career for you. It seems like not only are you like not only are you good at cooking, but you're also good at like making the food look very pretty, which is a skill that not everyone has. Mac and cheese is kind of gross in my opinion, but I still eat it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. The only mac and cheese that I like is mac and cheese that comes out of a box, and I think the reason that I think that is because like when you make it with actual cheese, it doesn't have the addictive chemicals in it that make it actually taste good. I like this image of myself. You know, it's nice. It's really nice to be self-indulgent occasionally and just draw draw what I want to draw. It's not often that it happens. All right, I guess it's a banana AJ time. When I learn how to make furries, I swear it's over for me. Well, if you want to learn how to draw furries, since you've already got humans down, I would recommend learning how to draw animals, like just animals by themselves. Like forget the furry part, just learn how to draw just straight animals. And then when you've got that down, you should be able to combine human anatomy and animals like easy. I learned how to draw animals first before anything. That's why I'm pretty bad at making people. You know, I was kind of the same way. I learned how to draw animals first, and then after that, I learned how to draw skeletons because I was really into Undertale. So I spent a lot of time like learning how to draw stylized skeletons. And you know, learning how to draw skeletons, even if you're not into Undertale, is actually pretty important. Because generally, not always, but if you can draw what's underneath, you should be able to draw what's on top, no problem. Like, learning how to draw a skeleton is really good for anatomy. I can draw bears, but I never learned how. Well, bears are a fairly simple shape. You know what I think? I think bears are honestly an underrated animal. Or at least they're underrated in my own head. Worst part of drawing people for me is the hands and feet. Fingers are so hard to get right. Yes, that is generally most people's experience. Hands are very difficult to get right because there's so much detail in that area. What I usually do whenever I'm drawing hands is I usually start with a square that's like tapered back a little bit. Because if you look at your hand, it's a square-ish shape, but it does taper back a little ways into the wrist bones. Um, After that, the hands. I'm gonna struggle to draw a hand now. I usually simplify them into more like claws than hands. Not always. But what I like to do is I usually draw the pointer finger all by itself. I usually only draw 4 of the fingers. I often will draw the other 2 fingers like fused together with just a line, just to make it a little easier. I do like to keep them from looking too claw-like. I do like to give them a little bit of definition, because if you observe your own body, uh, things tend to get thinner around the joints. Like, even for a thin person, the joints are going to be the thinnest part with the least flesh, because flesh gets in the way of mobility. So areas where there are joints are generally going to be thinner than places without. And if you look at your thumb, and you know, this is something that I learned from drawing skeletons, your thumb, like, is actually a very thin bone. So, like, this is where the bone would be, this is where the bone would be, and this is where the bone would be. So you draw that thumb, and then you, like, you bulk it up a little bit, and then, so, like, imagine that as just, like, a straight line. And then what we've actually got here, to give it, like, the same bulk that it actually needs to look like a thumb, is, like, it's got webbing here. This is a bad thumb, though, but the principle remains the same. Here, you got your thumb, you give it a little nub, and then you've got the webbing. So if you're struggling with hands, my recommendation would be to go online and look at pictures of skeleton hands, and then just draw bony hands over and over and over again until you've, like, kind of got it down. And after that, then you add the flesh. And once you have, like, an understanding of of like of the bones, once you've got, like, an understanding of the bones and where the joints are and whatnot, like, putting the flesh on top of it should be fairly easy. Like, especially, like, you really got to pay attention. The most important thing for an artist to learn is how to look at things and then be able to break them down into basic shapes. And part of breaking things down into basic shapes is learning what the shapes are underneath the basics. So, like, for a head, you start with a circle, right? That's the simplest part of the head. That's the simplest shape that a head can be. And after that, you learned the shapes of the rest of the face. So, like, this is like, this is a pentagram right there. So you draw your circle, you draw your pentagram, and then you, like, put the cheekbones on the sides, and then eyes are just circles. The face is just a line. The mouth is just a line. The nose is just a line. And there's your face. And of course, this looks really creepy. But once you, like, kind of, like, get an idea of, like, of what the shapes look like, of what the most basic shapes look like, then roughing them in, so let me start over. So learn how to draw your basic shapes, the most basic shapes. Circle, pentagram, and you can learn how to draw those from all different types of angles. And then after a while, once you've got good at that, adding the parts that need to be on top of that basic structure, it becomes really, really easy. Maybe not really, really easy, but it does become much easier, is what I meant to say. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, no problem. If anyone has any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Yes. Let me try that tail over again. There we go, that's better. Never mind, we won't draw the modesty fur. AJ has evolved into banana, AJ. Yes, I have. Can't forget the ear. You know, I think the funniest part of my design is that my actual ear, since it's directly underneath the fake ear, it looks like an earring. That makes me laugh every time. This is just a silly design. Well, it was supposed to be the worm. Oh, I thought I was being launched into the air. Or AJ is being decent into heaven? Nah. Never. We're not making it, boys. Okay. Now, let's see. I think banana needs to be bigger. Oh, I caught part of my eye. Nuh-uh. Don't do that. Nuh-uh. Not allowed. Bigger. There we go. Filling up all the space possible. Okay, so I think the plan from here is we color all of this in, and then we put explosions in the background. Yes, yes, we are doing that. Is my fill on the right? It's not. What? These are new. What is this? Surrounding fill. What's surrounding fill? Well, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Wait, does surrounding fill do something now? No. I don't understand what surrounding fill means. Oh my goodness, the guillotine is glowing! Add Lightning McQueen going ka-chow. That would be pretty funny. Actually, what I might do is I actually might go back to the out of context video and see if I can find like an inside joke that would be funny. I know what I could add. I know. Fellas, I have an idea. I know. I have an idea. That's not right. That's not what I wanted at all. Here we go. Hang on. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, put that on top. I have another idea. I have another idea. I have another idea. I have another idea. I actually I want that done in white. I want that in white. Every time I hear the word fellas, I think of that fellas as a kid have a girlfriend meme. I love the word fellas. I don't know why I started saying it so much, but it just feels so natural to say. Thin. Wait. I have another idea. Are the frog and the sit on the sibling? Okay, they are. Okay. I have another idea. I have another idea. I have another idea. I have another idea. No, it's glowing. Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. Where's change color? Oh, this is the best thumbnail ever! Oh my goodness. I love this. Oh, that's the wrong color. That's not what my leg looks like at all. It's glowing. Look at him. Look. Oh, that's so funny. That's great. That is really funny. That's the funniest thing on this whole day thumbnail. Oh man. I'm the greatest creator on this entire platform. Tell Hermit she did amazing with this. I will. Hermit's thumbnails, like, I'm being legit when I say this. Hermit's thumbnails are incredible every single time. Every single time Hermit has drawn a thumbnail for me, or at least every time she sketched a thumbnail for me, the video has done significantly better than me working on my own. She's got a talent for it. You know what? She's like brand new to being to being a creator. She's got her own channel, and her videos, like, legitimately, they do just as well as mine. Like, almost every time. Not every single time, but her videos do incredible. And it might be because the stuff that she talks about is more popular right now. Like, she's great. You can tell me directly. Okay, I'm telling you directly right now. Your thumbnails are amazing every single time. Every single time. I'm convinced, like, that one video that did really well, the oh great, what was it one? The one where I was talking about Aspen Hotel's colors. Like, even with even though I did make the inflammatory title, I think your thumbnail legitimately, like, really helped that video. I don't think if you I think if you didn't draw that thumbnail for me, that video would have bombed. Every single time you sketch a thumbnail, it's always the most eye-catching thing ever. Everyone praise the Hermit. The Hermit deserves all of the praise. Yeah, I've also noticed that I usually get the most views on my I usually get the most viewers on my Twitch when I'm drawing over her thumbnail. There's just something about Hermit's perfectly natural chaotic thumbnail style that clearly a lot of people are drawn to it. Honestly, I'm actually, like, thinking about it because Hermit plays iEgg Boy in BBFFB. I've been thinking about putting Hermit in charge of the thumbnails for BBFFB as well. She's just really good at it. Like, some people just have the talent. You know, something I think about myself. Sometimes I think that I'm actually not that creative. Like, in terms of, like, doing things on my own. I feel like I'm at my most creative when I take things that people have already made and then, like, innovating on that. I don't think I can actually create anything truly original on my own. Oh, somebody's supporting me on Ko-fi. I wonder if that's a commission. Oh, twice! Hang on, let me go check that real quick. I'm dying right now, keep the compliments coming. Okay. If I have any more, I'm bad at complimenting people. Hang on a sec. Let's see. Oh, we got another order. Awesome sauce. I will ship that out after stream. Hermit makes really good titles too. Let's see. Fellas, what do we think? Do we think red suit, black tie, or red tie, black suit? I'm gonna erase that button, because that's where my jacket is. What color is my jacket again? It's this one. Oh, that's the wrong place. There we go. I think... We could also go dark gray suit. So I do like dark gray. Let me make this gray. Become gray. Okay. We'll go black suit. You know what? Black suit, black tie, red lapels. I think that's what they're called. And let me bring that line art back. Everyone subbed to the Hermit, by the way. If you can't find her channel, look up The Hermit and then Has Been Hotel, and her video of Lucifer should come up. Have you all seen that? Did you guys see when she made me for my birthday, she made me an animatic of Lucifer to the song No Longer You. It was really good. Yes. That looks good. I look hot. Actually, hang on. I just want to test. What about white suit? No. Black suit. Some people just look better in dark colors, and I'm one of them. You guys know, my favorite color is gray, right? And I have this this gray nail polish, and I'm wearing it right now. I put it on a few days ago, but like the more I look at it, the more I don't like it, because even though I do love this color, I do not think it looks good on me. Which is really too bad, because I would really love it if this color looked good on me, but it just doesn't. White nail polish doesn't look good on me either, which is really too bad because I like the look of white nail polish. I only look good in black. I've actually been thinking I might go get red nail polish because, you know, red's a dark color. I would probably look good in that. But I also just don't love red nail polish. Yeah, it just feels like normal and cliche to me. And you know, there's nothing wrong with normal and cliche. And you know what? Most people do look good in, like, do look good with red nail polish or red lipstick and stuff like that. Because, you know, red is the color of health. People like that color. That's incorrect. You know, it's just not my style, I don't think. I might go see what other dark nail polish colors they have at Walmart and see if I like any of those. Because I feel like nail polish is one of those few areas of makeup that I could actually get into because I only have to do it once. That's not what my eyes look like. But I think I might leave it. It looks funny. I've made it in such a way where all colors work on me as long as I put it on right. Yeah, I'm happy for you. There are some people that can do that. I am not one of those people. Oh, whoops, let me combine these two layers for a second. I need to turn this off so I can do the hair. I've got kind of a yellower skin tone. It's like the only I've got kind of a yellowish skin tone, so there's only so much that looks good on me. I think a yellowy skin tone is kind of difficult to work with a little bit in terms of what colors will actually look good on you. I think I look okay in green, but I also don't like green very much. Did anything funny happen while I was gone? I don't remember. I guess you'll find out if it ever ends up in another out of context video. Oh wait, there was one thing that funny that happened while you were gone. E happened while you were gone. Hey guys, fellas, you would let me know if you could hear me breathing over my mic, right? Because I've noticed that, like, when I'm on a call with Duck and I'm using this particular mic, that she can hear me breathing, but I don't think it picks up on stream. All I happened was E happened. Well, I didn't say E, I said he happened. This frog, the sin frog. Ooh. Oh. No. No. Yes. The music is loud enough to block it out for me. Good. Good. It should be. And the mic cuts it out? Yeah, that's what I thought. Because this mic is supposed to cut it out. That's also why my mic, like, often will cut out me laughing. Is I don't know why it does that. I guess it must mistake it for breathing or some kind of background noise or something. Maybe it also, like, I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I kind of wish it didn't do that. Because it sounds really weird to listen to. Ugh. Oh, no, 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 don't. There we go. Oh, that's the liner. Let me go erase that real quick. Ooh, I am getting sleepy. Oh no, it looks like blood. I'm drawing my versions Beelzebub and Osmodeus, and Osmodeus looks like um a moth owl twink next to Beelzebub and Chonky Pete. What was I doing? I don't even remember. I remember nothing. I remember nothing but sin. That's great. That's great. Mm. Okay. Now there's only one thing left to do. There's only one thing left to do. Only one thing left to do. There's only one thing left to do. There's only one thing left to do. There's only one thing left to do. Aw, yeah. That's great. Oh, I missed a few spots. Oh, great. Red. Well, it should be gray, wouldn't it? It would be gray. Gray. Red. And red. Oh, and red. How did I miss so many spots? Goodness. What's wrong with me? Oh, this is the best thumbnail ever. We need a floor. Oh. No, the floor shouldn't be red. The floor should be a dark gray. No, the floor should be black. Let me turn all of that off. Except for the Frog of Sin. And my legs are disappearing, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this, a little bit of shading. I want to see if I can make this more of a reddish color. Let's see, an overlay. It looks like Cheeto dust. That does not look good. I think I might give this a little bit of a blur because it's a little too much. I've actually decided I hate this particular image of an explosion. Let me go get a better one. Gotta have a... Oh, that one looks much better already. Hey, no, that's not the one I wanted. No, this one. Go back. Thank you. Oh. Well, maybe we could change this floor into grass. That could be funny. Hang on, let me go get some grass. Oh boy. This one. We'll see if this one looks good. Gotta make that nice and big. Oh, this is great. That's lovely. I think I want to add a little bit of texture to this vomit. Oh no, around the mouth. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, that's foul. Yeah, that's disgusting. Beautiful. Yep, that thumbnail's done. Actually, what if I added like some slight glow around the places that I really want you to look? Just to like make it a little easier on the eye. There we go. Yep, I think this is done. Oh, whoops. Alright, that is all done. That is good to go. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thumbnail. Thank you everyone so much for coming to the stream tonight. I had a lot of fun. we finished up what we set out to do. And yeah. Thanks everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess, in the out of context video.